Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Yeah, I'm contemplating bankruptcy, and I wanted to call you guys and see if that's something that you guys would recommend.
Oh, gosh, Cameron, what's going on?
Well, I stopped paying my credit cards probably about 7 to 8 months ago, and when I stopped paying, I was at approximately $85,000 in credit card debt.
What caused you to stop paying?
So I started a business about 3 years ago, and we just had a hard year. And I'm on and off working with my brother-in-law who owns his own business as well. So when I get slow, I call him and work for him if he has the work. But it was just a very slow year last year, and so we kind of had to live off credit cards.
Is there other debt or just the $85,000?
I have a mortgage, but no car or anything else like that.
Okay. And was this $85,000 for business expenses that you were trying to keep afloat when you were slow, or was this lifestyle that this was all personal?
I'd say probably 20 to 30,000 of it was business, and the rest was just paying bills and any cash that came in that, mortgage doesn't take a credit card. So
yeah, you got the mortgage. Are you married?
Mortgage, and then yes, I am.
Kids?
Okay. 2 kids. 2
kids. Okay. How are you and your wife? How's she doing?
Good. I mean, we're doing as good as we can.
What's she bringing in? What's her income?
She's a stay-at-home mom currently.
Okay. And what are you currently bringing in?
My last year's adjusted gross income was $35,000. But that was the year that, we really had to kind of make things tight. So
Cameron, does your wife know? Does your wife know everything going on?
Yeah.
That you're gonna be filing, like that y'all are talking about bankruptcy?
Yeah. The debt's in both or some of the debt's in her name, some's in my name, and we're both on the same page.
Okay, so here's my take on this. I have one more question. I want to know, how old are the kids?
4 years old and 2 years old.
Okay. And I also want to know, what were you making? What was a good year for you?
Probably be the year before. I think business made about $200,000. I made about half of that.
So you took home, you pocketed $100,000 as your own paycheck.
Approximately. I'd have to pull up my paperwork, but yeah, between 80 and 100,000 is probably a good year for me.
Okay, so I think the problem is there's several problems here, but there's been an inconsistency in pay, and it's been on the lower end for a really long time. And you did have a really bad year, but I don't think that was. I think that just was the final nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Yeah.
What's happened here is you guys, whether you realize it or not, you're making a series of choices. The longer that you go with this lower income, and that you go where your wife says, "Hey, I'm staying at home," because again, staying at home is a choice that you afford to make or don't afford to make, if that makes sense. And right now, you guys both have to be working. You've got to get a higher income. She's got to get some sort of income. That's the only way this works, because even if you file for bankruptcy, you're going to find yourself right back in the same situation again. And it's going to be that much more frustrating. So the root of the problem has to change. What do you do by trade? What's your specialty?
So by trade, when I work for my brother-in-law, commercial electrician. I currently work for myself building decks, pergolas, outdoor wooden structures.
Okay. So I think that obviously you know how to make money doing that, but right now that feels like an amazing side hustle while you do something full-time.
Which I have this year. I have gone full-time with my brother-in-law.
Okay. And what are you making from that?
For this year.
Okay.
$33 an hour. So I think that's roughly $63,000 a year or something like that.
Okay. That's great. Okay. So at this point, it's all about figuring out how to pay off this debt, right? Their credit cards. How many separate credit cards are there?
I would say, I have them here. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay. So if you were to file for bankruptcy, basically what they're going to do is a lot of what we're doing right now. They're going to analyze your income. They're going to analyze how much debt you have, what assets you could sell off in order to pay it. And that's basically what we're going to do. Only you're going to have control in the process. It's not just the government reaching in and doing it all for you.
Yeah, because what's going to happen, Cameron, the bankruptcy route, even though it stays on your report, it follows you for a decade, right? I mean, like it is... the long-term play here is it sounds easy just to wipe it clean and start over. And I'm afraid, Cameron, the way you're speaking about this is that that's where you're leaning because that's the easy button is what it feels like. And what you have to realize about money is that money, it is behavior change. Because to Jade's point, if you do this and you guys go back to, you charge $55,000 for your lifestyle on credit cards, instead of saying, oh, crap, I need to probably, I got to go up my income and we can't keep doing this. And so by just quote unquote, the easy button, which it's not easy. I mean, it is, bankruptcy is traumatic. I mean, it's terrible.
No, I completely agree with you.
Okay.
Not to cut you off. I apologize.
No. I want you to, because I am a little worried. I mean, there is a part of me where I'm like, how's your wife? You said she's good. I'd be like, Cameron, yeah. I would be.
Well, I would good. I mean, like, she's, obviously worried about the situation as well.
But she knows what's going on.
Okay, I know. I want the urgency of.
We've stopped paying our credit cards. We've just been cash only, and I've made that a point to her as well. That there's just, we have one other credit card that's still open, and we haven't touched it.
So yeah, you got to cut. You got to cut that up.
So you've closed. Have you closed all those accounts?
The one that we have, I only use it when I run work because I have to buy material to build decks and stuff. I buy the material, I get paid, I pay it off. That's the only credit card I use now, but I'm trying to get to a cash only. That's the only time I ever use it is because that makes me my cash.
So what are y'all doing with, okay, so when we get off the call, Cameron, get out a pair of scissors and cut up all 19 credit cards. Get rid of them so they're not even there. And then
the other ones are gone. But that's the only one we have.
Right. So. I wouldn't even keep that, though, because to Rachel's point, this is a behavior thing. This is, if I don't have the money to do it, I put it on a credit card. And that goes for personal, that goes for groceries, that goes for business. And what happens is, and I'm speaking from experience, when you cut off that, that supply,
quote unquote lifeline, or whatever.
Lifeline, yeah. When you cut that off, it rises up a creativity inside of you to get stuff done. GSD, that's what we call it. And that's what happens. You go, okay, I got to do this. What do I have to do? And suddenly you notice your lawnmower and you go, oh, that could make me some money. And suddenly your wife notices the oven and she goes, oh, that can make me some money. And you start looking at other things that can give you money that's actually your money that you don't have to repay. And that's so powerful. And right now, that credit card, it's a crutch and it's keeping you financially weak is what it's doing.
So for the jobs, have them fund the money beforehand, right? It changes the whole perspective. So Cameron, you are not, as we finish up this call, you are not bankrupt.
No.
I would list out all of those debts, those credit card debts, smallest to largest. You are behind on them. So they've probably at this point gone into collections. Some of them may have. So I would contact them and just say, hey, we don't have any money to pay this, but will you settle with us? And if you do that, get in writing. And it's going to take you guys, I mean, yeah, you're making 63 with hopefully some side hustle. You can get that up to maybe 80.
Mama's got to work too.
And she does. She, like anything that she can do in the evenings, she can do it things remotely, virtually. And she's probably going to hate it, Cameron. She may not want to. But for you guys to get out of this ASAP, something has to change. Yeah. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. So I'm thankful that you guys are on a cash system now. That's a
very
great
good
habit to get in. But I would grind it out, and it's going to take you guys, 3 to 4 years. But you can do it. You can do it. We see it all the time. So we're rooting for you guys, Cameron. Thanks for the call.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.